I've been going to a lot of thrift stores, garage sales, and swap meets lately, and I found a bunch of cool stuff, but these are some of my favorite finds that I've found over the last month or so. Here is a dead stock Anderson split pea soup from Buellton, California. This one went out of business, I think it was like maybe 6 months ago, and yeah, this is a small size, but still pretty cool. Probably the most rare and valuable tee I've found thrifting lately is this 1980s Thrasher t-shirt. It's native inspired, it's a single stitch. It's got a cut tag, but I want to say this was like maybe 88, 89, and very rare. I can't believe I actually found this at a Goodwill. Super cool find. I value this probably around $300 to $400. Now this shirt isn't very valuable, nor is it very old, but I just thought it was interesting. I want to say this is from the Black Panther riots in Oakland from back in the day. This is obviously a reprint, probably early 2000s. But a great design, and I think I'll keep this for myself. One thing you gotta know about me is that I'm a huge Jimmy Buffett fan, and I found this old 2000s Margaritaville Orlando shirt. It's beautiful, it's my size, and yeah, I'm a parrot head. All right, Peace, Love, and Frogs, San Francisco Rainforest Cafe. It's a beautiful tie-dye, and definitely early 2000s. Super cool, the place doesn't exist anymore, but beautiful tie-dye. Early 2000s Bob Marley tee right here. Very nice, great size, and got a nice little fade to it. Love this tee. I believe that Ryan Miller is the most winningest goaltender, United States-born goaltender of all time. Detroit boy, his brother played for the Red Wings, but very clean jersey that I found not too long ago when he played for the Sabers. It's a little tight on me, however, I think I might just keep this because it's a great jersey. So I did a little clothing swap with Tony Tangeray, who's one of the Camel Crew people. He sent me this great, really beautiful, like paper-thin Flintstones McDonald's t-shirt from the 1994 flick right here. This is a great t-shirt. It's definitely, I mean, the rayon is pretty much only thing that's hanging on in this one. Another tee that I snaked from Tony was this dragon tattoo, early 2000s tattoo shirt. It definitely has a little skunk on there, but I think with some tender love and care, I can clean this thing up and make it white and brand new all over again. Great design on the back. Early 2000s pop punk band Phoenix TX. This is a size small. I love these guys and actually had their album when it came out. The song Katie, I think it's Kate W, is probably my favorite song they ever did. Right on, super cool. This one is real dub tee right here. Somebody decided that they didn't want to have any collar or sleeves on this old Harley Davidson shirt from Michael's Harley Davidson, which is no longer in Cotati, California. I wish this had the sleeves and the collar, but at the same time, for a nice river shirt right here, this would definitely do the trick. Let the boys know that you still got it, and I could show off my 4 chest hairs. It's a hot look. So this is another one that came from Tony, and I'm actually going to give this to my buddy Tony, a different guy, and it's at Knoxville, Tennessee. Triple XL, fits more like a bigger double XL, but yeah, Knoxville, Tennessee, early 2000s, Harley Davidson. It's really the flames that make it. Okay, so I bought this for myself. I saw it at a swap meet. It was $40, and normally I try to keep my spending lower. I got really excited, and Pulp Fiction is one of my favorite movies of all time. This was something that they were selling during the release of the movie. It's just a little too small on me, and unfortunately, I'm going to have to probably sell it for about what I paid for it, at least try to. But yeah, it's a shame it was a little too small. I got a friend of mine that's a big Green Bay Packer fan, and this is going to go to him. It's it's standard starter in the front, but what makes this thing so special is that it's got this embroidered Brett Favre number on the back. Super cool. I also grabbed this Pendleton shirt. It's giving off super Christmas vibes right here. It's a large long, so it won't fit me, but still a Pendleton that's cheap enough, that's in great shape. Always a pickup for me. So these were kind of fun. I picked these up at the Goodwill. It's an old WGCI radio tee. It's got I believe I want to say Chicago. Maybe I just made that up, but I want to say, yeah, I don't know. Maybe Chicago. Maybe this is, I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, WGCI, old radio station tee, paper thin, 70s. Heavy hits. Speaking of heavy hits, I also grabbed this old Rasta Rock t-shirt. It's got a really odd fit to it, probably because it was made in, it says Roma, but I want to assume this is probably somebody bought this when they were on vacation in Jamaica or something like that. At least in my head, that's what I picture. Somebody really drunk or stoned that was like, oh yeah, cool, Roster Rock, this is great. Haha, fun gig. All right, I also found some hats. Let's go. Let's move to the hats. Sometimes you find stuff and you wish, oh man, I should have taken a picture when it was disgusting. Like this hat right here. This old pro player San Francisco 49ers. It definitely gives off like early 2000s Cameron vibes, but it's even older than that. This is like, I want to say like probably 1994. Yeah, great hat. This hat was so gross when I got it. Had a big oil stain on the side there. There's nothing there now. I got everything taken care of. There, you might see in the video, there's a little discoloration on the logo. I thought that was a stain. It actually turns out that it's a runoff of glue, and I noticed it in the back. But yeah, it's glue runoff that is actually giving it a slight discoloration. So unfortunately, I think I'm just gonna have to keep it that way because I don't want to mess with it. Because I thought that maybe I could take like a Tide pen would be fine, but like maybe a bleach pen or maybe a whiteout pen. But I'm afraid things are gonna bleed too much, so I'm gonna leave it alone. Here also is a Bill Elliott 1994 McDonald's Racing Team hat. The diamond, I can't remember what these are called, but they're called the diamond something or other, diamond crusted. But yeah, Mickey D's, Big Mac, Bill Elliott 94, really clean hat. This one barely needed anything as far as a cleaning job goes. Super cool. Speaking of not needing any cleaning, here's an old Champions Super Bowl XXIX San Francisco 49ers, just standard issue. Cool Steve Young era. Yeah, and last but not least for the hats, here is a old dead stock U2 Rattle and Hum for all you Bono fans out there. I know that they exist. Might be in small numbers, but regardless, if you're a Bono fan and you want your hats with a little of this cool little trim on there, here you go, Rattle and Hum. So there's been plenty of other stuff that I've got recently, such as this R. Crumb Stoned Again 1970s glass here. This thing is awesome. And then, not to mention the amount of VHS and DVDs and tapes and all this stuff. I've really come across a lot of things. I'm just focusing on my favorite clothes that I've gotten recently. Yeah, so between thrift stores, swap meets, garage sales, I've been doing okay. However, I don't quite hit it as much as I'd like to. Unfortunately, and it's tough when you have, you know, a creative job, you have a money-making job, and then you do this on the side. So I wish I was out there more and grabbing the good stuff. However, it's still super fun. Yeah, I'll probably end up starting to shoot at the swap meet again soon. I just wanted to kind of establish like friendships, or at least people knowing me at the swap meet around there before I start putting people on camera. And I feel like I'm finally kind of turning a corner with a lot of the people that are there. Mostly for better. There's a couple people that I've been running into that I've turned a corner for worse. However, that being said, for the most part, it's usually all love. Anyway, all right, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. And if you want any of this stuff, you can probably find it on my eBay and my Depop, or just reach out to me on Instagram. Thanks so much and have a wonderful day.